All right, Shalom. It's Brother Quashab coming back at you another quick lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me the truth and rule well, and peace, blessings, and salutation be to those who elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel and may even endure to the end, Lord willing. All right, now I want to go into a lesson today predicated on just keeping our spirits fresh. All right, keeping our spirits fresh. All right, staying youthful in the spirit. Just and something I like to look back on and look forward to is, kind of remembering how fervent, I was when first learning the truth. Having that zeal, that same fire, day in, day out, right? And, that's something I kind of reflect on, and I try to, keep myself, on that same type of token, even when you're going through the afflictions and the infirmities and these different things, that bring your spirit down, right? These things that, kind of knock you off your block, right? And it's, like it says in Second Esdras, matter of fact, let me get it real quick. Second Esdras 7, I think it's 57. Yep, this Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 57, it says, "Then he answered me and said, This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing I say." All right, and it's just, a condition of the battle. All right, as it tells you in Ephesians the 6th chapter, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. All right, but we wrestle against, the rulers of the darkness of this world, man. All right, spiritual wickedness in high places. So we often, being attacked. All right, these different demonic spirits we come across. Right, we might see something on the TV that's demonic. All right, everything has energy and spirits on it, man. So when your spirit is constantly coming across, all right, encountering these things, those different spirits get on you, and what they do, that brings your spirit down, right? You might be in a groggy, don't want to be bothered spirit, man, because that's a spirit that, has gotten on you, and it's not like your normal self, So, you just gotta basically, learn how to keep your spirit fresh, man. Do little things, whether it's reading, studying, talking, getting up with a brother or whatnot, to keep your spirit fresh, Now, we're gonna go to 2 Corinthians. All right, chapter 4. And I'll start at verse 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not." All right, and what's the cause? All right, the kingdom of heaven, the mission. All right, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has put, his anointed men. All right, those that believe on him on. All right, that's the cause. We don't faint. All right, we got to keep pushing. It says, "But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." All right, when you read it in the NLT, it says, verse 16, "That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day." You see? And in the Greek, it says our inner being. All right, which we understand that's our spirits, man. All right? They're being renewed day by day when we dive into these scriptures, right? When we look, when we talking to brothers on the horn, you might look up, you done been on the phone with a brother damn near 4 hours, man. Well, your spirit is being renewed by that, right? But our outward man is perishing, The foods that we eat lack the proper nutrients, right? Damn near everything is, pretty much poison from the water and on up, man, But though our outward man is perishing, the only thing that we can renew or keep fresh is what? Our spirits, man. You see? And they are being renewed day by day. And that's why it's important, to be diligent, right, to stay in the scriptures, to constantly be attached, all right, to the hip of the body, man. These things are, like I said, it's easier said than done. And yeah, Jake getting these different, moves, different spirits jump on you, right? But you have to remember to renew your spirit, man. All right, through what? Through the scriptures. All right. It also tells you that those that are troubled, all right, rest with us, man. All right, and as, we understand that that's talking about rest with what? Rest within the scriptures. Rest when you with a brother, when you with the brothers, when you with the camp, man. All right, that's how we get rest. We don't rest. Jake go to sleep, go home, take a nap, and still be tired, man. That's not the rest that we're talking about. We're talking about that spiritual rest, like a spiritual reset, in a sense. You see? So it says on verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, work it for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. You see? So these things that we go through, all right, it's just for a moment, it's just for a small season. These spirits hop on you, you fast, you pray, you're like, man, I'm tripping, and you get back to it, right? These afflictions and all the hell we catch is just for a moment, man. We only been, as I speak for myself, in the truth, going on 4 or 5 years, around that mark, and whatever, brother, however long you been, been in the camp, that's a moment, man. That's not long at all. Jake is in the world suffering their whole goddamn life, So what is it to suffer for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? All right, but it says it does what? It worketh for us a far more exceeding and an eternal weight of glory, right? And you read in the NLT, it says, for our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever, you see? So what's a moment to eternity, man? All right? What's a light affliction for eternity, for immortality? It's nothing. You see? It's nothing, man. But you gotta believe that, and a part of believing that, all right, a part of having your mind focused or fixed on it is, keeping your spirit fresh, man. Though the outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. All right? What the hell's going on with this rain? I get god damn. I get 2 more precepts. All right, now I get out of here because the weather kind of getting bad. I don't know if you can hear the audio or whatnot. But let's go to Revelation chapter 2. See where was that? I think I wrote it down. 2 and 4. I was kind of thinking about 3. It's Revelation chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Right? And this truth is our first love, man. All right? This is, when our minds were refreshed, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This truth was like, oh man, this is what it was. This is what we were searching for, right? And like the elder brother said, you can't be a part of something that you never was once a part of, right? That's why that word kainos, it means refresh, all right? Again, to make fresh again, you see? But it says, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and remove thy candlestick out of this place, except thou repent. All right, and the Lord gonna come remove your candlestick, man, if you not renewing your spirit day by day, you know, week by week, month by month. If you just going 3 months without renewing your spirit, you know, and I got covered, you know, the things that consist of renewing the spirit, right? If you ain't doing that over a period of weeks and months, man, you bugged out, you know? And the Lord gonna remove your candlestick, your candlestick. You see? But this Revelation 3:14, it says, is it 15? Right, 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot, and I would work thou cold or hot. So either you all the way in or you all the way out, right? It says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. All right, so you can't be lukewarm, right? One foot in the world, one foot in the truth, you know. One day you study, the next day you just immersed in folly and wickedness. No, man. You should be putting your best foot forward, doing the things that's pleasing to you. How about Shema Shai, day in, day out? All right, you shouldn't go a day by when you're not reading, you're not studying, you're not doing the lesson. You're just an excommunicado from the brotherhood, right? All these things are part of keeping your spirit fresh, man. So these other things that you wrestle with in the world don't overtake you, you see? But that's all a part of being hot, all right? You don't want to be cold, because that's a missile waiting on you. And you don't want to be lukewarm, because your mind not really made up. They tell you in James that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, you see? So, hey, man, at the end of the day, you know, you just got to try your best to keep your spirit fresh, man. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat.